Hey everyone, I'm here at SHOT Show 2017 at the Mantis booth. We have a pretty dang interesting training system to show you. We were talking briefly before I started rolling the camera, and I gotta say I'm pretty damn impressed by what I've seen so far, and I think this will be a really, really valuable tool for a lot of people. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on?
Perfect. So it's a firearms training system, as he mentioned, and you attach it to the rail of the gun. This is the system right here. You attach it to the rail of the gun, and it tracks the movement of the gun as you're shooting and sends feedback to the app on your smartphone or tablet. So I'm going to have you take a couple shots,
okay,
and then we'll be able to explain and show exactly how the app displays the information.
Okay.
So you should be good to go. And it doesn't matter what you're aiming at, it's just looking at the movement of the gun. So we're essentially eliminating side alignment and side picture, focusing in on your trigger control and your manipulation of the firearm.
Okay. So I'm just going to aim for like the center of the crosshair on their little display.
Beautiful. All right.
So, what do we have from that?
What do we have? Well, your shooting is very good. Sadly, we don't have much to see here on this particular screen because you did so well. So, I don't know if you can see it, but there's little red slivers here that are filled in this gray ring, and that shows the direction of the movement of the muzzle between the target acquisition and the shot breaking.
Okay. So let me go ahead and just jerk the trigger just so we have something to talk about here.
Beautiful. That should be a little easier to see.
Right.
So you can see when you jerk the trigger, there's a lot of movement to the 9 o'clock position. If I stop it, it'll give us an average score. The average score was 83.6. That's out of 100. So if you get 100, it means your heart has stopped beating. This thing is very sensitive, and it will pick up your heart beating even if it's in a vice. So average of 83.6 with that mess up, very, very good. There's two graphs here. The top graph shows you your shot scores over time.
Okay.
And the bottom graph, the green, shows you the magnitude of the movement of the hold pattern, and the yellow is the magnitude of the movement as you press the trigger. And so let's look at this one for kicks and giggles. We can see the exact movement that the firearm had, that the muzzle moved for 3/4 of a second surrounding the shot. And you get that for each and every one of the shots.
So basically, if you guys are trying multiple target acquisition or anything like that, or you're drawing from the holster, you're going to be able to know what direction you're coming onto that target on. If you're kind of going past it or anything like that, you're going to see exactly where your muzzle was traveling right up before and after the shot, right?
Yep,
okay.
Exactly. And it works with, here in the settings, you can see it works with pistol or rifle, right-hand, left-hand settings, live fire, dry practice, CO2, and then mounting positions for rifle. If you got a quad rail, you can mount it wherever you want. We have settings to adjust for all of that.
Yeah, so, and I really like the fact that you can mount it to not just regular live fire guns. You can mount it to airsoft, CO2, or even dry fire. A lot of people, obviously ammo is not cheap, it's not free, so it can be cost prohibitive for people to go out and train all the time. So being able to do that in your house, I'm already a huge proponent of it, but to be able to now quantify on top of that exactly what you're getting, because if you can't quantify what you're doing, it's hard to know whether you're improving, deteriorating, or anything like that. So this allows you to accurately track exactly how much progress you're making. You know, can you save your stats and look at them later?
Everything is saved here in the history, and you can go back. You can see each of the sessions, and then you get averages, you get number of shots, you get a chart to see where exactly you need to improve on. Filters, if you want to filter by what gun you've been shooting or anything, you can filter by all of those.
So, and I've also used other training devices, one specifically that you usually have to set up a webcam for, and you have to have something that shoots a laser. You can't do live fire or anything like that. So while it's an excellent product, it doesn't have as a diverse of application as something like this. Like, let's say someone's a 3-gun competitor and they want to be able to track how their run went as a whole. Is that something they can do?
Yeah.
As long as, like, do they have to have the app nearby?
No, I mean, you could throw, again, it's designed for a phone, so you could throw your phone in your pocket, turn it on, run the competition, run the drill, whatever the case may be, and then look at it afterwards. And that's actually how we recommend people use it, is not to look at every single shot, but to look at the information as a whole. You'll get a much more comprehensive view of what's going on.
Yeah, and so the great thing about this is you can attach it to anything with a 1913 rail. Like you were saying, you can attach it to rifle, and it'll adjust for left hand, right hand, where it's oriented on the rifle. So your handgun will need to have some sort of 1913 rail. Like if I have a Glock, will it fit on a Glock as long as it has the rail?
As long as it has the rail, and actually what we've done especially for the subcompacts, a lot of people want to train with their carry pistols, and I get that. What we've done is we built floor plate adapters. So you actually switch out the floor plate on your magazine, and then you can attach it to the floor plate of your magazine and train exactly the same way.
So, like I said, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I did not do as adequate a homework as I should have before coming over here. I think this is a really good application, again, for people who want to train, but they either can't afford to go places or they can't get time off from work to go places and train with people. This allows you to basically track exactly what you're doing. It's really hard to self-perceive. Some people who flinch jerking the trigger, they are not aware of it at all. So this will let you know, hey, here's exactly what you're doing. It's not that your sights are off, you're just jerking the trigger, which is causing those shots to go low and left. And again, being able to do a dry fire, you might not flinch as much. Start shooting a live gun, it's going to be jumping all over the place. This will let you know that as you transition from dry practice or airsoft all the way to the live fire applications as well. So I definitely am interested in this. If people are interested, where can they find out more information?
MantisX.com is our website. There's videos on our website. There's a lot of YouTube reviews out there I would recommend watching. Some of them are a little lengthy, but that's how YouTube reviews are. Yeah, there's information all over the web. Just Google MantisX Firearms Training Systems and you'll find a lot of information.
Yeah, again, I'm super impressed, and that's, I'm being totally honest here. Again, I kind of came into this cold, and I'm more or less sold on it already. I really like that you don't have any special targets, you don't need to set up a webcam, you don't need something that shoots a laser. This is a pretty rocking system, and I definitely want to get my hands on it some more, and hopefully do a more in-depth video with having a little bit more experience on it. But thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
And I really encourage you to check this stuff out. Thanks.